Hi, Charlie. I wanted to leave you some feedback on SA2, or sorry, SA3, my mistake. As a whole, I think that this is working pretty well. You have a good summary of the plot um, and some good background information. I think that the thesis has some good points in it, and you really don't get to your analysis until this section. But I get a sense that you plan on expanding it. You just didn't quite get there. So as a whole, things are working well. There are some things here and there that I want to talk to you about. So first off, you're having quite a few issues with punctuation in this opening paragraph that make your ideas a little difficult to follow. So pay attention to how you're using semicolons and colons. So here, you don't need these forms of punctuation. So here you would actually need a comma because this is an introductory phrase. Here you would need a comma. And, oh, I see what you're doing here. Okay, never mind. You don't need a colon here. Let me think about what you're doing here the second time. Yeah, I see that you're making a list here now of directed, published, and produced. So you're making a list inside of an interrupter. I see what you're doing here now. Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and continue to do this, you don't need your colon here. You'd need a semicolon if that's what you are indeed trying to do. Sorry, I misread that through the first read. But yeah, you don't want one here. Also be certain to edit for comma splices. I caught one here. And then there's comma splices in this paragraph as well. In terms of your titles, we don't use underline in MLA anymore. Movie titles are in italics. So I like your summary. I like your plot summary. I think it's working well. You get to your thesis in this area. So make sure that you are formatting your title. You actually want to say is here, not are, because even though games is plural, it's just one title. So you want to say The Hunger Games is a movie that you get another punctuation error here. I think that this is a strong enough thesis statement along with the next idea that you really don't need this final list. I almost feel like you're giving too much away because there's going not away. I shouldn't say it that way. You're almost putting too much in your thesis statement that the reader's going to feel overwhelmed. In fact, I felt overwhelmed because I think that the idea of good versus evil is reinforced in this idea, right? And I think the ideas of action, romance, and love triangle can come up naturally in your discussion as you unpack these ideas. Because, of course, love and romance are one of the things, or two things that help us persevere, that keep us determined to fight against all odds, particularly someone who is much larger than us. So I think focusing on these ideas in the thesis and letting these ideas come up naturally will actually make your argument stronger. The reader will be in a better position to follow your ideas with ease. So you're doing some good work with analysis here. I recommend slowing down your pace a little bit. So particularly here, for example, perhaps making this another idea that you can explore on your own on its own paragraph will allow the reader to follow your points of analysis more easily as you expand those. So really at this point, you've got, like I said, you've got some editing for punctuation, formatting, and sentence issues in here. But I think if you make those tweaks and then expand on your ideas, it already looks like you're in a good heading in a good direction. I think that this will be a pretty good review. So let me know if you have any questions. As a whole, you're off to a pretty good start. All right, thanks.